Here is your text with all dots removed. It did not stop one DiJonai Carrington, of course. She's the person that multiple times had egregious altercations with Caitlin Clark last year, including the eye poke, the eye gouge, the eye scoop out of Caitlin Clark's head heard round the world last year, as well as whatever during a tense matchup. DiJonai Carrington sparked controversy by delivering a vicious slap to Kate Martin. Just so happens I'm just going to point this out, Kate Martin is white. Alright, she's a white gallia. I don't know that influenced this, but it just seems kind of odd how this keeps happening out there involving DiJonai Carrington and Kate Martin in this case before it was Caitlin Clark. And does Caitlin Clark's relationship, and what I mean is friendship with Kate Martin, is that influenced here in this once again egregious action, really multiple actions, by DiJonai Carrington on Kate Martin last night, by the way, leaving fans stunned and players scrambling to separate the two. It wasn't just a foul. It was a moment that instantly lit up social media and reignited conversations about the fiery rivalries in women's basketball. Kate Martin, not one to back down, has finally spoken out about the incident, and her words are as bold as her game on the court. So what led to this heated exchange? Was this a case of emotions running high, or something deeper brewing between these two stars? DiJonai Carrington made waves last year when she slapped Caitlin Clark near the goal during a heated game incident that had fans questioning her sportsmanship. While Clark kept her cool, Carrington's actions drew heavy criticism for crossing the line. Now with her latest altercation with Kate Martin, it's clear that Carrington's aggressive style is still putting her in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. She laughing, look at her, bro. Look at this, wow. My goodness, bro, as you guys can see there, look. Don't this look very familiar? Look at her, she's trying to poke her in the eye, I'll give a damn what nobody said. She's trying to poke Kate Martin in the eye. Watch her hand. Kate Martin knows she's trying to poke her in the eye. Look at it one more time. I ain't playing. Watch her hand. Bow trip her face on the defensive end. Martin was just as dominant. Her 3 steals were a testament to her ability to read the game, as she constantly anticipated passes and disrupted her opponent's flow. She was relentless in her pursuit of the ball, making life difficult for the opposition and creating fast break opportunities in just a short amount of time on the floor. Kate Martin's versatility and skill set were on full display with every game. She's proving why she's a standout in this league and a key player for both the Golden State Valkyries and Laces BC. While Kate Martin's performance was impressive across the board, what really caught the attention of fans were a couple of intense interactions between her and Mist BC and Connecticut's Sun guard DiJonai Carrington. The two exchanged some fiery moments on the court, adding an extra layer of intensity to an already high-stakes game. Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark were teammates at Iowa and have remained close friends after graduation. On Clark's birthday, Martin sent her a simple yet heartfelt 4-word message: "You amaze me." This brief message perfectly captures the deep admiration and respect Martin has for Clark, both as a player and as a person. When Clark was drafted first overall by the Indiana Fever and Martin went in the second round to the Las Vegas Aces, the two publicly celebrated each other's accomplishments. Clark also encouraged Martin when she was recently selected by the Golden State Valkyries in the WNBA expansion draft, and Martin spoke up publicly for her friend during the summer, saying that Clark was being shouldered with unrealistic expectations. "I don't know if there's too much I can do besides just be a friend, right? Be a listening ear and being there for her," Martin said. At the time, Caitlin's phenomenal, and she is having a great rookie season. "I think people are really hard on her and expecting her to be perfect." Martin tagged her in her Instagram story, sharing a collage of photos of the two together, along with a quick message. Clark reposted Martin's story on her own, so she saw her friend's birthday wishes. We're sure the two have chatted privately as well. This morning, Clark announced a major charitable endeavor. Her Caitlin Clark Foundation is partnering with Scholastic's United States of Tool Readers program to donate 22,000 books to underfunded schools in Indiana and Iowa. Reading and education have always been hugely important in my life. I remember picking out the books from the Scholastic flyer and how empowering that was for me as a child and how motivated I was to read, Clark said in a statement. "I want to help kids have the same experience to develop their reading skills and open their imaginations to dream big. I am thrilled that my foundation will support reading as literacy champions by collaborating with Scholastic and the United States of Readers." Golden State Valkyries and Laces BC star Kate Martin is having an exceptional start to her 3x3 league campaign, and her latest performance only solidified her status as one of the league's most dynamic players. In just 10 minutes of action, Martin was everywhere on the court, finishing with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals, an all-around stat line that shows just how impactful she is on both ends of the floor. Offensively, Martin was a constant threat, scoring efficiently and helping to drive her team's offensive rhythm. She knocked down crucial shots, whether it was hitting a jumper in traffic or finishing fast breaks with poise. But it wasn't just her scoring. She showcased her playmaking ability, dishing out 3 assists, setting up teammates with perfect passes in transition, and finding open shooters when the defense collapsed. These back and forths didn't just show off their competitive spirit, they highlighted the growing rivalry between the two, one that fans are definitely keeping an eye on as the season progresses. Whether it was a contested play or a quick verbal exchange, it was clear both players were locked in and determined to outplay each other. It's moments like these that make this league so exciting. When the rivalry heats up, you know the stakes are about to rise even higher. One moment that really stood out in the first quarter was when DiJonai Carrington made her presence felt in a big way as Kate Martin went for a layup. Carrington was right there to contest, but things got a bit too physical. In what seemed like an accidental collision, Carrington's arm caught Martin hard on the face, sending her reeling. The referee immediately blew the whistle, calling a foul on Carrington. Martin appeared shaken up for a few seconds as she tried to recover from the impact. It was a tough moment for the Lace's BC star, but she quickly composed herself, showcasing her toughness and resilience. This physicality between the two only added fuel to the competitive fire on the court, highlighting the intensity and emotions that often bubble up in these high-stakes games. The intensity didn't die down after that first exchange. Later in the game, another foul was called on DiJonai Carrington. This time it was a bit more blatant as Kate Martin drove to the basket. Carrington aggressively swiped at the ball Martin was holding, but she missed it entirely. Instead, her hand came down hard on Martin's arm, sending a shock through her body. And it was clear Carrington's frustration was starting to show. Martin, already feeling the effects of that earlier hit to the face, once again took the contact in stride, shaking it off and continuing to play with the same intensity. If you like the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so that all my videos reach you.